So I got some LVP at Lumber Liquidators, and I tried to install it. I'm no expert. I'm just showing you what I did. This is a kitchen and dining area and laundry room, a pantry, and some hallway that goes to some stairs. We'll concentrate on just the laundry room. I've done all the rest, and I left the laundry room for last. And also I'm going to talk about sort of, scrap and cutting and where you can use these boards if you don't want to search through piles and piles of stuff to try to keep your scrap down. So anyway, this is the stuff I've done so far, and now we're going to move on to the laundry room. So the first thing you need to do is cut away the shoe molding, and you got to break the paint and the caulk, and your knife will slip down in there sometimes. Then you get a pry bar underneath it and gently remove it. There's some staples, at least the construction in my house built in early 90s, they used some staple like nails to get it to adhere the shoe molding. And I'm going to try to reuse this. Just pull those nails out. So scraping down the leftover wood to so when I put the shoe molding back, it fits nice and flush. And then you need to undercut these door jambs, and hopefully I'll be able to talk over this. Yeah, I think I turned the volume down enough. So yeah, this makes short order of the cutting of the door jambs, and that'll allow you to slide the flooring underneath the door jambs. And then after you're done with that, I've tried to shove the wood back in there, but it got in the way a couple times when I was doing it in the past. So I came to realize I should probably try to get that wood out as opposed to just shoving it back in there. And so it's sort of a pain to do, but you can get it out if you work on it. Or if you know you can shove it back and it won't be in the way, that's fine too, I guess. So making sure you get up the debris, because you don't want to lay your plank vinyl over any kind of bumpiness. So this is the way I've been doing it, and it allows me to sit down at the table and not not squat a lot. I just basically shove that blue paper under there, tape it down, draw the door jambs onto it, and tape that onto the plank that I'm going to use, and space them out using that length measurement I just showed you. So I'm going to cut this to length, and so that's sort of what it looks like. Obviously you're not going to be able to get that in there. So what I do is, what I've done at least, is use this Dremel tool to cut through the wear layer on it, which is difficult to cut with a blade. So I'm getting a little bit close here. I should have left a little bit more room. But once you get through the wear layer, the underside is a plastic with a blowing agent, so it's sort of soft, and you're able to get through it with the knife pretty easily. And so then you basically got something that is minimally underneath the entire door jamb, and it's pretty much guaranteed so since you've gotten that pattern off of using the paper. So here I am getting this piece of plank underneath the door jamb on the one side, and I'm working on the other side, and here it is in place but not quite finished yet, because you can see that it's not quite done yet. So I need to tap that into place, and normally you would hold it up at a 45-degree angle, we'll see that later, and click it in there, and it'll go right down and be locked. But in this case I'm going to have to pound it in there, and that way get those two pieces snap together. So after some pounding here, I managed to get that snapped in and nice and tight. have it. So that's the first piece that going around the door jambs. Obviously, getting the pieces in that aren't around a door jamb is easy. So there's the result. You can see I've got it pretty good, not perfect, but good enough. And next, we're going to work on this sliver along the wall here. This is actually a cheat. On the right side there, that's a cut, and it's not a tongue and groove. So, but anyway, I measured the distance from the wall there, and it wasn't the same. It wasn't a parallel piece. So I'm trying to. And by the way, the shoe molding is only 7/16, so you gotta be pretty persnickety. So this one turns out to be a pretty simple piece. I didn't do that much effort, didn't spend that much effort on it because it sort of lined up nicely, and I could slide it under the door pretty easily, so I didn't bother with trimming that piece. And this is the piece I was talking about that's sort of a cheat. It's that crack right there is not tongue and groove. It should quote unquote be, but it's a small enough piece. Most of it's going to be under the shoe molding. I'm not going to worry about it. So now this little piece on the right, just a tiny little corner of a piece, but yet if you don't pay attention to this kind of stuff, then doesn't work right, doesn't look right. Got to have it all. You got to choose the correct quadrant of a piece to get that in there, and again underneath the jamb. So I gotta tap it in as opposed to just fold it in. Okay, so now we're ready for a full piece on that last wall, which is easy. Just measure. I measure. Some people take a board and flip it around and all that. I measure it, and then I come out to my stash of boards that might work. That one was a little bit too short, so I'm gonna have to cut one. But I do like to keep the stash so that I can, use less scrap. So yeah, my saw is not quite big enough to cut through once. I wish it was, but I had to flip it around and cut it. So this is how you can put in another row without pulling out the previous row. Just sort of pry it up like that, and then you can click the two together, and once those are together, then you can pop it back down into place. That's the general technique you use if you don't want to put in the whole row at once. But if you're in a short little room like this, you can put in you can sort of put them together first, get them all in line, and then just drop the whole thing in at once, and you don't have to worry about prying it up or anything like that. So they go in pretty quick once you're not around a door. Once you're in the middle of the room, you're in pretty good shape, and you can make a lot of progress. But it's this kind of thing. This one's actually not too hard. This one, all you need to do is just click it in first and then pound it down underneath the door jamb, and then finish out that wall using that same technique. So here's the next one. The piece on the left is just a scrap, and I didn't go into much detail. I just cut that little piece off and got it underneath the door jamb. So there you have it. We worked around this door jamb on the right, this door jamb on the left, this second door, that little piece there that we just got done doing. So now that's the end of pretty much the details about how to do that work around doors. Here's a pile of scrap that I was sort of trying to go through and trying to save myself from cutting into some good pieces. So you basically got, each plank looks like this, and it's very specific. You have to put it in oriented properly, and normally they show you on the how-tos is, cut it here and then take the piece on the right and stick it on the left like this, which is pretty easy and straightforward and not too challenging mentally. But when you start to get pieces that are cut into these different four, they still can be valuable because they could be used in other places, possibly. A lot of times you're going to have to throw them out, but rather than trying to dig through a big pile like this, like I did, unfortunately, you could make 4 piles. If it's cut more than twice, forget it. But if it's got two rough cuts on it, then you can keep 4 different piles and make less scrap. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video.